guys, welcome to my channel Among.stouts. If you're new here, my name is Samantha. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 4 kiddos, and in today's video I wanted to share with you 4 of our favorite books so far this school year. I wish that I had more books to share with you. There are more books that we are enjoying, but these books have been so amazing for us in our homeschool, and especially will work really well for you if you are also a CC family. And if you guys want your kiddos' presentations to reflect more of what they're learning alongside CC each week. So as one set of these books, I got them together as a set from Costco. I don't know if Costco still has them. I got them about a month or so ago, but before I was even able to purchase them at my Costco, I had seen them being talked about from other people getting them at their Costco's months before I did. So if you're interested, just go and check your Costco. If you haven't seen them at your Costco lately, maybe you have them, or if you haven't seen them at your Costco in the past, maybe they have them now, or maybe there was a restock. You never know with Costco what they have and what they don't have. And then the other two, I bought one book that was all about trees from Amazon, and as I was checking out, or after I added that book about trees, it was a DK book about trees, I can't remember, Brilliant Book of Trees or something like that, I can't remember exactly. When I added that book to my cart, I got a recommendation. You know how they give you like a recommendation of other books to add? I got recommended one of these other books, and so then I was like, oh my gosh, so I added that to my cart. And then after I did that, I got another recommendation of another book, and I added it to my cart. So that's how I ended up with these 2 books. I hadn't actually seen them before, but I absolutely love them. So let's go ahead and talk about the 2 books from Costco first. Now, I know that you guys can get these books on Amazon as well, but they're going to be more expensive. I believe this set was $25.99, maybe $29.99 for both of them, and I think the price of just one of these books is that on Amazon. But the difference is the set that I got from Costco is a paperback, and they'll be hardback from Amazon. So these are the Welcome to the Museum books here. I know these have been all over the place, but I'm specifically kind of talking to my other CC families here when I'm talking about these books, because they work so well for CC Cycle 1 this year. So this is the Bontanicum book, and then I have the Animalium book. And what I've really been loving about this is I've been letting my kids go through these books, go through both of them, and decide on what they want to present about, whether it is a plant or an animal. They are able to pick either one, because one of the really cool things about this book is, so this book here is all about turtles, tortoises, and terrapins. So you can see there's the pictures there, and then over here on this side, which it's a little bit hard to see on the camera, it talks about the family that they're in and all about them. So like, turtles are members of an order of reptiles, and then it talks about what it's called, and then it talks about the terrain that they live in, and then just other scientific information about, specifically about whatever animal or plant each page is about. But then the really cool thing is down here where it says key to plate, it'll have one animal. So this one is the green sea turtle, and then under it has a scientific name. So what I'm really loving about that is in CC this year, I think it was in week 1. So in week 1 and week 2, you learn part of the CC science memory work is learning the kingdoms of living things as well as the classification of living things. So you'll learn about, your kids learn about the order and what that word pertains to, but they also will learn about genus and species. And so being able to talk to my kids about bringing that part of CC science into this book, and being able to tell my kids, well, we call it a green sea turtle, but the genus is Chelonia and the species is Midas. And then just being able to make that connection for them really made that part of science come alive. And so my son especially has really enjoyed coming into this book, picking whatever he finds in here, and then being able to go back to his class and like so my girls like for me to copy pictures for them to show. My son likes to look at the pictures in the book and then also have me find pictures online, and then he likes to draw a picture to show for his presentation. But what he's really enjoyed is being able to come into here and get the genus and the species name and being able to present that to his class. That this is this animal. Like last week he did some version of a leech. It was really disgusting looking, but it was really cool that he was able to go into here, read all about it and what it does and the order that it belongs, the kingdom that it belongs to, the classification, and then being able to take that information that he learned about this random form of a leech that I'd never heard of and go and present it to his class and give them the classification and the kingdom. So I have really been enjoying that about these books. So this last week he used the Animalium book, and then the week before that he used the Bontanicum because he did a prickly pear cactus. And so it was really cool because living here in Texas, the part where we live at, it's very common to see prickly pear cactus. Like we have some in our neighborhood. And so being able to take something that these kids see daily, like just as a part of our environment, and being able to draw that connection between the kingdom that it belongs to and then what the genus and species of it was as part of the scientific name, and then just learning more information about it other than what we as Texans know about a prickly pear cactus. So that was really interesting. So like I said, we have really been enjoying these books. One, the images in here are amazing, beautiful, stunning, and like the information that you get from these is just so amazing. So you get a wealth of knowledge in this paragraph here about the whole kingdom of this species. So you get a whole ton of information about whatever it is that you're talking about here. So yeah, like the pictures are just awesome, and there's just so much knowledge and information in here. So here you get like an overview of everything about this specific type of plant or animal, whatever it is. So here we have ornamental shrubs, and then over here it talks about all of the different genus and different species of the ornamental shrubs. So there's the fuchsia, the southern magnolia, king protein, Cape artichoke, saucer magnolia, and then under each one of those it gives you the genus and the species. It tells you how tall it can get, whether it just has leaves or if it has leaves and flowers, and then where it grows, how it grows, like basically where it thrives. So you get a ton of information here about the overall plant and then about each individual species. So this is a really good book, and I mean it's not that big, but there's tons and tons and tons of stuff to choose from. Like my kids could have presentations for, like if each one of my kids went through cycle 1 3 times like they are supposed to, like most kids do, you would still by your 3rd time in cycle 1 have plenty to choose from for presentations out of these books. Okay, so now on to my next books. I have an anthology of intriguing animals, and I showed this before in a haul. This is what this book looks like. I think I showed this in a haul. I know I showed it on Instagram. And then the other one I have is The Wonders of Nature. And so number one, these books are just beautiful. Like they're just so pretty to look at and to like have on your shelf for showing. But they are also filled with lots and lots of good stuff as well. So this one here says an anthology of animals. And so it has in the contents, you'll see here, if it'll let you see, it shows you all of the animals that are in here. So it has sea animals, land animals, and then it even has crustaceans and some bugs in here. It's like that's what it'll look like. So again, really amazing pictures and lots of good information. And so what I like about this is it gives you, tells you the animal, tells you all about it. Again, all of the like necessary information about how big they can grow, where they live, how they thrive, their environmental situations, what they eat. And then you get like a really cool fun fact over here. So this one has been really good. These two here have been really good for my daughters because especially my 9-year-old, she doesn't get into all the sciencey stuff. She likes to come, find an animal or a plant, get her 3 facts, and go about her day. And then she'll ask me to print her a couple pictures, especially if it's something that is new to her that she hasn't heard of, which is mostly in the plant book. She likes to get pictures of that. And then my youngest, kind of the same thing. She likes to come in here, have me read it to her, and she usually likes to share the fun fact for her animal. And then where they live and what they eat is usually what I want her to present when she does her presentation. So I really like that, being able to use these in that way for presentations. And I'll show you guys a little bit of the plant book. So there's like that spike moss. This would be one that my daughter would want me to print a picture off of. I wonder if they have, which one did she do? So this one's really cool. It's this one's all about nature. So this one also includes rocks and minerals, microscopic life, and plants. And then there are some animals in here as well. Not as many as the animal book though, obviously. She did one that was really weird that I'd never heard of. So this is the one that she presented on this last week here. Like it looks kind of weird, but it's called a living stone. And so she had, I printed off a picture for her, and then she read her 3 facts. And then because this was something that most kids hadn't heard of, she got lots and lots of questions about it. So number one, these books give your kids an opportunity to have really good presentations, to learn really good information, and to get knowledge about lots of different plants and animals, some that they've never even heard of. And then whenever they're sharing that with their friends, whether they're in CC or not, but more specifically for my CC friends here, when they're sharing these new plants and animals with their friends, it then prompts the other kids to have really good questions to ask your kids too. And I know for my kids, whenever they get asked a question, they kind of think about it the whole day, and then they want to come home and figure out the answer to it, so then they can go back and give them the answer. So yeah, these are the 4 books that we have been absolutely loving here in our homeschool. Again, we've been loving them more specifically because of how we've been able to use them for our presentations at CC. My kids are having really wonderful presentations. Last year we were new to CC, and they kind of just did a lot of show and tell. And this year, especially for my 2 big kids, I wanted more out of their presentations. And then I decided that I wanted to go ahead and make my 2nd grader have better presentations as well. And if your kids just love animals and plants, nature, these books will be really good for you to just have in your household, to read with your kids anyway. So even if you are not a CC family, I think that these books would be wonderful in your homeschool library as resources and flip through books for your kiddos. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and seeing the 4 books that we've been loving and why we've been loving them and how we've been using them here in our homeschool. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I would love to have you here as a part of my community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!